Last year's Halloween bakery review blew me away. I mean, when I say people got creative, oh my God, they got so creative. Someone made a wedding cake with like monster teeth and blood and like hand and severed finger. Like never in a million years could I have been that creative with a design when I think Halloween. And then someone else made this crazy zombie cake as if she's coming out like from the dead, so iconic. And then the last one I was so underwhelmed by, like creative, but like not creative, but like it's so interesting how people did something so different. And thank you so much to Intel for sponsoring this video and sending me this laptop designed on the Intel Evo platform. Actually, I have my eye on this exact model from Best Buy. My laptop is literally my lifeline for this business. I cannot function without it. Expectations, I mean, like I'm expecting something insane. I love Halloween, and Halloween you can go so nuts in so many different directions. Something like this would be insane, or like even something like this that's like a monster that's super crazy. Sorry, I have a million tabs open. I have a really bad habit at never closing them. I used to bog down my old laptop so badly. Thank God this one can keep up with me. But like, look at this, like a cake cut in half, but like revealing the insides, but like of a body. Like what? This one, like me as a baker, if I got this one as a Halloween cake, I would lose my mind. I feel like there's so many insane cakes out there. There's so many cool directions that they could go in. I'm just excited to see what they came up with. Okay, which bakery made this one?
This is the one that made the Christmas cake with chocolate balls on top.
Oh, them. Okay, so for Christmas, I end up with a round cake with just some toppers on it. But for the ice cream one, they couldn't do it in the time frame, but she was saying that she was gonna do this like three-dimensional standing ice cream cone, like insane. So I was really excited to see what they could come up with for Halloween. Good?
Yep.
I can.
Yep.
Oh my God. Oh my God. This is so cool. I'm like a little speechless. I'm blown away. This is so epic. Like, I mean, yes, it's a pumpkin. You're taking the most like predictable thing that you could do for Halloween, which is a pumpkin, but making it next level, epic, unique, like so cool. I love the legs. I like immediately went down to see like, is it hovering? Because if it was hovering, I would have been like, next level, you win everything. Like, holy crap. So these legs.
They said there's nothing inside, it's just chocolate. They said everything's edible.
You could just like take a leg off, break a leg off and eat it?
That's what they said.
That's insane.
That's
like,
what we're gonna do, I guess.
Wow.
Just take a chunk.
Wow. And like, look at this little like pinchers. This needs to be said. This is not fondant. This is icing. I can tell that it's icing from the texture. To get this kind of detailed texture using icing is really challenging. I'm just blown away. I really want to poke his eyeball though. Was that squishy? I was expecting it to be like Jello, like you push it, it's squishy, but it's actually like,
It's hard?
yeah. Doesn't it look squishy though?
It does look squishy.
I think the only critique that I have is that the legs are kind of pulling out of the cake a little bit. Like you can see it almost pulling out a bit, and it's doing the same thing over here. That could also be a little bit of transporting a cake like this and bumps in the road. But that's it. That's like the only critique I have. This is very creative, so detailed. There's like no flaws, and just okay, before I bring out the next one, I want to take a picture of this and post it on Instagram to see if you guys can guess what it is, because I know everyone's gonna be like pumpkin, but like pumpkin plus what? I really wonder what people are gonna say. Like, are they just gonna say pumpkin, or is it like something more? I'm gonna edit this photo a little bit on Photoshop so it's not as obvious. I just wanna blur it out a bit so you guys can't quite see what it is. I have to say, programs like Photoshop and Premiere run so smoothly on this laptop. It actually blows my mind that it's somehow faster than my desktop. Done. I'm super curious if you guys are gonna be able to guess what this is. Comment below if you guys had a chance to guess on my stories before this video went live. Kevin, I can see some of it.
This is from your favorite flavor bakery.
Oh, I love them. Okay, so they made that crazy sundae, that epic crazy sundae cake, and the really cool like Santa butt cake. I love this baker. Okay, I'm really excited.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Oh, it's another pumpkin, but so different. Oh, wow. Okay, that's cool. There's so much. I feel like, and there's a hand. I feel like it's like the Santa cake where it's just like every time you turn it, you're discovering something different because there's just so much to look at. Did you see this guy?
No, I didn't even actually see that. That's
There's a face and hands like
that's creepy.
Screaming, trying to get out of the cake. I don't even know how they did that. I'm guessing they like molded it out of fondant and then put that on the cake and then covered that in fondant and then the fondant laid into the fondant. That would be my guess, but like, wow, that's really cool. Oh my God, it's like charred and like burnt, but like pretend charred. Look at that. Hello detail. It actually looks like a carved pumpkin texture. Look at this. I love the brain. That's pretty random, but that's so cool.
So they told me that like everybody, there's like a bunch of people that work at this bakery.
Yeah.
And they said that like they all had different ideas, so they just kind of all mashed them together into one crazy cake.
Okay, I love that. Go team. That's hard to do. Like if you've got like a bunch of different ideas and you're trying to like mash them all together, I think that's kind of hard to do that and have it still well executed, because then it can just be a cluster mess. Whereas this, I feel like things come together really well. Like, why is there a foot? But at the same time, I'm not mad at it, right? Because there's also a hand. I feel like Halloween cakes just like pump me up. There are so many details that I love that I think that they went all out on. Like I love that pumpkin texture. I think that to me, of all the details, that stands out to me as the coolest. But I also love, like, look at the carved texture and almost like the old grooves of like a really old It's Seen Things axe. You know, like, do you see all like
this is like a hand-forged axe.
Hand-forged axe, yeah, from like the fire. There's a few things that I'm looking at that's like, I wish were a little better. One thing is the cake board. So you've got a lot of the silver cake board showing through and kind of like blotched icing everywhere. I think if they had just like perfectly coated this in icing and cookie crumbs, I'm like talking and this has been in my face this entire time. I'll come over here. I think if this was perfectly covered, then that wouldn't have been a problem at all, but I am seeing that, and I feel like that takes a little bit away from it. There's an imperfection here in the brain where there's almost like a hole missing. Oh, the blood. I think they just used gel paste and just dyed it red. I feel like it's a little bit of a cartoony red, and I feel like if they used a maroon, where it's like almost that brown burnt like blood red, I feel like that less see-through, because this looks a little bit translucent, but also the red is just a little bit too bright, too cartoony, whereas I feel like you need that little bit of a muddy color to it, and that would have, I think, really tied it in better. But like, honestly, I'm grasping at straws because it's incredible. I'm gonna start loading this footage really quickly because these files are heavy, but I also wanna call our video editor and do a video chat with her because I need her to see these cakes and get her like real-time reaction. Guys, meet Yulia. This is our video editor. I have to show you these cakes. We only revealed the first two so far. I haven't even seen the third one. Do you wanna see the first two?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, fair. What? Okay.
What?
Yes.
Is that brains inside?
Yeah. Like, check out the axe with like the severed hand, and then you come down. Like, just so much happening. And then hold on, this is my favorite part. Can you see the man?
Oh,
there's like a face.
So cool.
There's like a face sitting there, right? Isn't that epic? Hold on, let me take you to the second cake. They both went pumpkin theme, but like so different pumpkin theme.
Yeah, I love that. That seems like it would be hard to keep standing.
Yeah, I would think so. I can't believe I can have 4K footage loading while on a video chat and yet have no glitches somehow. That's insane. Can we see the third cake? So I'm guessing there's no cover.
Nope. You can open
so
your eyes.
I could just open. What?
I don't think I need to tell you which bakery this came from.
Oh my God. I'm speechless. I'm genuinely speechless in like the best way possible. It's so funny, like you're just so high energetic when I like really like something. When I love something, I'm just like, oh, I don't even know where to start. I'm like, this is insane. Holy crap. Like, it's so tall. Can we proportionally, do you see me? I'm not a tiny person. Look how big this cake is. This is like epically insane. Oh my God. This is gonna make the best thumbnail. The one who did the unicorn cake and the zombie cake. I can't, like, this is too much. I need to figure out like how to just keep this forever because I don't want to cut it. I don't want to do anything with it. I just want to keep it and love it. Can you imagine if you just had this as a Halloween decoration? It's so epic just to like put out as a Halloween decoration. Now consider the fact that it's edible, that it's cake. Okay, concept just like, holy crap. Like just so cool. Like I love it so much. Okay, like look at the chair. You see all these like details that are coming through on the chair? Like that's so cool. And then you've got like the spine coming up on the edges and the corners of the chair. You've got all of these skulls that look really cool. I love his foot. This thing is so cool. Like almost looks like a bird.
I think it's a scepter.
A
Is that what it's
scepter?
called? I don't know, I'm just completely guessing.
No.
Sheath? No, that's like what you put your sword in. I think it's a scepter.
The
Let me Google it.
death coming. I don't think scepter is the right word. That's like
No, scythe.
I was right with the I was in the right direction.
No, you weren't.
Okay, I was in a better direction than
You
scepter.
said, what did you say?
Sheath.
Yeah, that's completely different thing.
Okay, what is it?
A scythe.
Scythe, and I said sheath, and he said scepter. Who was closer?
I'm not even gonna waste my time arguing with you right now.
I'm done with you because I need to get back.
I'm
No,
done with
no.
you.
Okay. Look at like the full sitting position. Look the way the fabric is folding, even around the arms. Like look at these natural folds in the fabric and how it's like hanging down here and has these like rips and tears. The skull gets me. Like look at the teeth and the gums, like how it's like caved in there. Like that detail is insane. I keep looking at his face and being like, how? Like, how did you go to begin to carve something like that? Yeah, that's all the details. That's a positive. Critique. There's a dowel coming through here that I'm just seeing as I'm turning around. But I had to turn around like 5 times, like to try to find it. But you see here, there's like a dowel showing through that she tried to cover up. Not a big deal. This is a really hard structure. I mean, there's some watermarks I can see here where maybe like there's like condensation or like, you know, she tried to glue something on. I see it the worst right here, but really it's so minuscule. The only thing that I would have liked to have seen different is the cake board. It's just a silver like drum cake board. And with the details that are on this cake, like I think just going that one small extra step then to like cover the board or use a black board.
I think she did a good job disguising it though, because it's like 2 cake boards thick, and there's like this stuff, so it kind of blends in.
Yeah.
Like you notice that because you're a cake decorator and you know these boards, but I don't think other people would notice.
Notice that it's a cake board. Wow. Okay, can we taste all 3 of them because they all look so epic, but like I need to know what they actually taste like because at the end of the day, it is cake. Okay, wow. Seeing them side by side is crazy because we opened this one first, this one second, this one third, and it just got like bigger and bigger and bigger. These 2, I think it was like one concept and they executed. This one was like all things, let's make it really cool. But they're all so cool and epic when you give someone a $500 budget and just like freedom to make something crazy Halloween themed. Like, boy, did they take that and run. Let's taste them. I think I'm gonna start with this one. What is this one's flavor?
This one is carrot cake.
Carrot cake. Okay. I don't want to cut it, so I'm just gonna cut like a very tiny little corner from the back. This is enough to taste it. I don't want to take any more away from the cake. Look how much filling there is in that. That is a lot of filling for like such a structured cake. Carrot cake isn't usually my favorite cake, but honestly, it's really good. The filling is really creamy, but it's not sweet. And I feel like the carrot cake has like a good flavor, but it also has a lot of spice. Like it almost feels like an autumn carrot cake because it feels like heavily spiced compared to a normal carrot cake. I'm here for it because I like spice. Really tasty. Let's cut this one next. What's this one's flavor?
That one's chocolate cake with peanut butter, caramel, buttercream. Yeah, I know.
I love peanut butter and chocolate together. It is like my favorite combination. I'm tasting a crunch. I'm trying to figure out the crunch. That's the confused face.
Is it peanuts?
No, it's like chocolate. To be honest, when you say peanut butter caramel, I really expected to taste like peanut butter caramel in it. The chocolate cake is really good. It's kind of more of a dense chocolate, almost like a brownie chocolate, but it's not too decadent. It's a nice balance. And the filling itself, like it's creamy and it's nice. I just think there's not enough filling. It's like you're eating it and then like all of a sudden it's like, oh yeah, there's the peanut butter, but it's almost like a subtle aftertone rather than right there in your face. And I feel like for most people who like just want like a little touch of it, that would be cool. But I'm the type of person who, if I have chocolate cake, like I will melt peanut butter and pour melted peanut butter all over my cake because like that's the amount of peanut butter I like on my cake.
So basically you're saying that they were up against a really big challenge trying to please you with peanut butter.
What's this one?
This one is red velvet with pumpkin spice cream cheese.
This cake happens to make like my favorite cakes from any of the bakeries, but red velvet is not my favorite cake. It's probably my least favorite cake flavor. Their cakes just make me melt. Every time I take a bite, I'm like, yes. Because it's genuinely so freaking delicious. Like, I don't know what everyone else is doing with red velvet, but they're doing it wrong. This is really, really, really good. And I mean, that pumpkin spice cream cheese filling, like, it is to die for. It is so friggin' delicious. It's so fall Halloween vibes. It's really good. Comment down below what you guys think of all of them. I always love hearing your critique and praise with all the different elements. If you guys haven't subscribed, please don't forget to subscribe down below. I noticed that like 80% of you aren't subscribed, so like click that subscribe button if you want to see more of this content. And thanks so much to Intel for sponsoring this video. Before the pandemic, I was flying out for work like once a month, so my laptop was on the go as much as I was. This one is lightweight, it's easy to pack and carry. I can get at least 9 hours of battery life from one charge, so it's never going to die at the airport. And for all of those times that I forget to charge it, which is like always, I can plug it in for 30 minutes and get up to 4 hours of battery life. Besides, Kevin is my best partner in crime. Mwah! Love you guys.